kind of catastrophe could possibly force humanity to travel through time and beg for help from people 30 years in the past?
Oh shit! They breached the perimeter!
No one knows exactly when it happened, but creatures called white spikes appeared on Earth. They treated humans as food and reproduced at a terrifying rate. The armor covering their bodies made them impervious to bullets, and they could shoot bone spikes from within. Against these monsters, humanity was utterly defenseless. In just 1 year, Earth's population plummeted from 7 billion to a mere 500,000. On the brink of extinction, humanity finally invented a time machine, their last hope. It was the night of the 2006 World Cup final. A wormhole suddenly appeared in the center of the field. From it emerged a group of heavily armed soldiers. The woman leading them announced that she came from 30 years in the future, where Earth had been overrun by creatures called white spikes. Without help, all of humanity would perish. Once the message was verified, armies from around the world were sent to the future to fight the white spikes. Each trip lasted only 7 days, and fewer than 1 in 1,000 survived. Out of sheer desperation, civilians were drafted. It was the only hope left. I was one of those unlucky souls. Soldiers forcibly injected a chip and tracker into my right hand. They told me it could only be removed upon completing the mission. Any attempt to escape meant death. Tampering with the device meant immediate execution. On the very first day of training, these rookies received the transmission signal. As the time machine activated, everyone dissolved into particles and began the journey. But then something went wrong. Due to a coordinate error, instead of landing on a safe beach, we materialized thousands of meters in the air. Before anyone could react, bodies plummeted from the sky and shattered on impact. 9 out of 10 died instantly. By sheer luck, I landed in a swimming pool and survived. When I climbed out and looked through binoculars, I watched as the remaining 10th were slaughtered by white spikes. Now only a dozen of us were left. This wasn't war, this was a death sentence. Finally, the signal connected. The commander informed me that since white spikes had overrun the city, carpet bombing would commence shortly. We needed to rescue her research team before the explosions began. When we arrived at the location, the research team had already become white spike food. All we could do now was retrieve the experimental data. But just as we prepared to retreat down the stairs, a white spike appeared overhead and killed a teammate with a bone spike. I immediately ordered everyone to open fire. The gunshots alerted every white spike in the area. One of them crawled rapidly down the stairwell and hurled a companion off the building. During our retreat, we kept losing people. The white spike's armor absorbed bullet after bullet. To cover the others' escape, I took up the rear guard position, but the white spikes wouldn't give up. As the last person tried to close the door, a white spike slammed him against the wall and dragged him into the stairwell to be devoured. Another white spike attacked. I fired my machine gun frantically. Just as I was about to run out of ammunition, a teammate rushed over and took it down. He had made 3 trips already. He told us that only the neck or abdomen were their weak points. Then we received a signal from our comrades. Every white spike in the city was heading straight toward us. We were about to face an even more brutal fight for survival.